Good morning, my people. Welcome back to Tenacious Trading Group. So let's hit it and see what happened on Tuesday. So currently, this is my protected low. This is my week high. Obviously, we've come from this MSB over there, based on my 1 hour chart. As you guys can see, Tuesday 2 o'clock. So it looks like price is now in the pullback phase based on my 1 hour chart. And I can also say that we have a potential SBS where this is my 1, that's the 2, this is the 3. And now I'm just waiting for a potential sweep. Wait for price to potentially tap into an area of interest, such as this area here. This is my last down up movement. So this is my to move origin. But also you could potentially use this imbalance if you're someone that uses imbalance, aka fair value gaps. It really depends up to you. But this is what I see on my higher time frame. So I understand that potentially price is going to be in the pullback where we're gonna pull back, tap into something, and then hopefully make our way back higher. So probably now, if I go to my low time frame, we'll probably be bearish. So if I head over to my 5 minute time frame, so it looks like on my 5 minute time frame, price is just switched bearish. And how do I know that? Well, internally, we made a high, failed to make a new higher high. Then we took out this low here. And then we took out this low here as well. And now we are also below the SMA. So I already now know that price is bearish, and I can be looking for potential shorts, or potential continuation shorts to the low time on the low time frame. So if I head over to my 1 minute, it's pretty much the same thing. And if you just let price play out, for me personally, I would like for this to be 1, this to be the 2, 3, 4, 5, where this ends up being the sweep. And then we'll see if something happens. So cool, we swept. If I was to take out my fib from this high to this low, you can see we don't quite tap the 618, but we do tap the 50% level. You could use the imbalance as your area of interest. You could also use this candle as it is a IB. Target, let's say 1.3. As I said before, you could use the 50% level from this high to this low. And you can see we tap it right there. So you could target it 1-to-1 if that's something that suits you. And you can see how you just get pinched for this one, and obviously this one has now, nope, it hasn't. Let's see, wait and see. Yeah, so now this one has now hit. But within all of this, there is internal SBSs. It really depends on how you're able to see price and how you're able to understand price really well. So you guys can see here on my higher time frame, which is the 1, this was the 2, that was the 3. You see how we've swept. And on my higher time frame now, I might not be happy with entering straight away, but this is my last down candle, and we even created a massive wick. We do know a massive wick to be a hidden area of supply and demand. Hidden area of supply and demand, you could have used that as an area of interest, and now we could have potentially taken this trade short. So you could have potentially had a buy stop, sell stop at the top of that. You could have used the 50% with the stop at that high there. It really depends on you. Like I said, as long as you have context, you're following structure, you're following the SMAs, you are going to be alright. And even so, like internally, not externally, internally, we took out this high. This was like a liquidity, and then internally, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can use this to take yourself lower. Again, there's no real proper zone, but again, this is internally. So when you're able to understand where you are within price and where you are within structure, there are certain things that you can start to do, you know. And obviously we have now taken out that external low. So if I just go back to my 5-minute chart, I can now draw out my new zone from there. Well, like that. So when we let price play out, so we pull back and then we continue lower. So again, on a 5-minute chart, it's not that clean. But if I was to go to my 1-minute chart, we can see, remember, this is a 5-minute zone. Within this 5-minute zone, we do have SBS where this could be a 1, this could be a 2, this could be a 3, 4, 5. It's probably not the cleanest one if I'm going to be like completely honest. However, you guys can see for yourself. What do we end up doing? We end up tapping into this area here, which is an area of supply and demand. We've tapped into it. We've continued down. We wasn't able to take out the lower low, as you guys can see here, but we just came back to retest something, the SMA. You can even say now we have a CSS here, like that, and you can see how price continues lower. So again, like when there's context behind your trade, you're following the SMAs. Remember, this was a protected high here. So until price disrespects this high, technically we are still bearish because we are coming from this market structure break over here. So again, like guys, remember, everything has to make sense of context. When you have your context, like I said, you are going to be all right. And you guys can see for yourself, price ends up dumping. So I've gone past my trading time now. So let's just head over to the 1 hour chart quickly. And you can see how on my 1 hour chart, we've now had our higher time from SBS. We've had our higher time from SBS. We've tapped into this unmitigated move origin here. Now hopefully I can start looking for longs based on my 1 hour time frame. Again, all you're gonna have to do now is go down to your 5-minute, see what's going on in your 5-minute. So on your 5-minute, where was my last market structure break? My last market structure break was from this high here. So I gotta wait for price to take out this high first. Let's see if that happens. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let me just close it quickly. Sorry guys. So if you go to our 1 hour time frame again, sorry, you guys can see how we've tapped lovely within an unmitigated move origin, and you guys can see how now let price moving higher. You can see how there's a higher time frame IB over there. See that candle there, my last down, and obviously a 1-to-1 has just hit. Oh, not yet. But remember, price is fractal, so on your higher time frame you can still see the SBS. If you're someone that's struggling to map out things on a lower time frame, use your higher time frame, guys, you know. So like I said before, technically we are trading from this high and we are trading from this low, and right now internally what we're doing, we're making higher highs and higher lows. Of course at the time I wouldn't be able to take trades. Why? Because we're below the SMA. But you can see how we are making higher highs and higher lows internally, and now you can see how we've just gotten above. So now if I like what I see, I could always go down to my low time frame as well, and you guys can see how we flip from there. We have a nice SBS 1, 2, 3, swept there, 4, 5, retested the SMA, had a double bottom, price moves higher, and we're coming close to taking out our previous higher high. So we look for the same things as always, and this has all come from what? Understanding that my higher time frame, we had our SBS, my higher time frame, we had an what's it called, area of interest, my higher time frame were bullish, my higher time frame SMAs are bullish, you know. I've gone down to my 5-minute time frame. I can't take a trade around here. Why? Because we're below the SMAs. But I also understand that internally this is my protected high. Internally, this is the weak low. But internally, what we're doing, it looks like we're pulling back. And then now look, we've gone above my SMAs, and now I can't potentially, I might not be able to get something on my 5 minute. What do I do now? Go down to my 1 minute. When I go down to my 1 minute, you guys can see how we've gotten above the SMAs. Price is bullish. We're above the SMAs. We're doing it. We want everything that we want. We have our SBS. We have, probably have areas of interest somewhere. Areas of supply and demand. Let me see if that's, yeah, so just an area of support and resistance, as you guys can see for yourself. Let me just remove this one here. You guys can see that for yourself. An area of support and resistance. And you guys can see we even had made a double bottom, failed to take out the lows there. So that's also like a sweep. And you guys can see how price pushes up. So as I always say, when there's context behind your trade, you are going to be alright. As I always say, victory belongs to the most tenacious. Wherever in the world, I'm wishing you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And I'll see you lots tomorrow. Peace and ciao. Love.